Okay, so it's the first day of elementary school, and in your backpack is a new 24-pack of Crayola crayons. You open your backpack up, open the crayons, and meet your 24 new best friends. As an elementary education major and a college student that seems to get bored and stressed often, I've found myself going back to my younger years and start coloring for fun. The Crayola company has been part of our lives since birth. And because it's such a common school supply, and it's safe and non-toxic for children, and it's the most common art supply sold to America. The Crayola company is popular for many reasons, including the history in America, the really amazing amount of colors that the crayons are, and the fact that it's a recognizable product for all ages. This colorful company is full of changes within the colors, and the names and the amount of colors has changed rapidly over the years. And first I'll talk about history. As said on www.crayola.com, this company started as a pigment company in 1883. But it didn't roll out its first box of crayons until 1904. Before this, it was made paints for barns, and the red paint that you see on the barns nowadays is something similar to what they made back then. And they made their first box of crayons because there was a need for safe, non-toxic crayons for children to use in school so they could color and learn differences between colors and just use their hands. And so they made their first box of crayons, which have 8 colors, in 1904, as I said. And in the past 130 years, they have grown to be a huge company, and they now employ over 1,200 people, and they sold over $700 million worth of just the crayons last year. In the last 100 years, well, now I'll talk about the colors. So in the last 100 years, they've introduced over 400 different types of crayons and colors. But they started off with just 8 colors, and these were orange, yellow, red, blue, green, purple, and black and brown. So it was just basic. But they expanded to over 24 boxes in the next 10 years, and this is the most common size box sold. But in the next 10 years, they increased it to about 48 colors. And they made a new box that was more like a stadium seating where there was rows that degrade. And then they grew it over the next 10 years to have 64 box, which has a built-in sharpener, so it's really awesome. And then the 120 box was formed in the next 10 years as well. So, and now they have specialty boxes that are sold in like Target and stuff, that have over 150 different crayons. And you can also go on the website, Crayola.com, and create your own box with all your favorite colors, and you can choose from over 135 different colors. In the last 10 years, they've introduced different kinds of crayons. They've introduced like metallic, glow-in-the-dark, sparkly, neon crayons, and these were all sold separately with the crayons. And they've also had lots of, to make the colors, they've had lots of contests over the years. Like in 1980, they had a contest, and they developed 16 different colors. And that's where colors like robin's egg blue, wisteria, and macaroni and cheese came into play. And over the last few years, they've changed color names because they had a derogatory meaning toward them. Like they had one that was called Indian skin, and so it was a dark brown, and so it made they renamed it to chestnut, so it would be less racist or whatever. And they also renamed the color flesh, which was like the peach color, and they renamed it peach so it would be, because a teacher complained that it was, not all skin color was that color. Because of this company's overwhelming popularity, it has become embedded within our community here in America. In a study done by Yale University, crayons are one of the top 20 smells that anyone can recognize in America. And by age 10, children use over 730 crayons completely gone by their 10th birthday. And from the ages of 2 and 8, children color at least 28 minutes a day on average. So, in conclusion, the Crayola Crayon Company is influential and a big part of American childhoods, and continues to be enjoyable to all students of all ages. And we started off with history, and it started as a small pigment company, but grew to be a company with over 1,200 employees and 400 colors of crayons, making this company a very important part of all of our childhoods and our culture here in America. So grab some paper and get coloring, and I promise you won't be sorry.